Now, before we go to the phones, I want to take you back May 26th, right here on this program, the EIB network, right behind that, the golden EIB microphone. How to focus America on Hillary's Libya failure. And this is what I said back on May 26th. Let's go back to Hillary and Libya. Now, we all know Mrs. Clinton's email snafus, and we all know about her problems. We all know about Hillary's genuine general incompetence as Secretary of State, and the fact that she didn't achieve much, and the fact that all the relevant emails have supposedly been deleted and are gone is evidence of her incompetence, we think. They've hidden it. They've gotten rid of it. They've basically deleted evidence. Okay, so how do we, nevertheless, tie Mrs. Clinton to the boondoggle that's Libya? Benghazi is in Libya, and it's a boondoggle. It was a disaster. 4 Americans dead. An attack, a terror attack that was known to be a terror attack in advance of its happening, which was lied about and blamed on a video, if you recall, okay? So how do we overcome the media? And how do we get the truth of Mrs. Clinton's operation and her incompetence to the people? I mean, this woman wants to be the next president. People deserve to know the truth about this and everything else regarding her tenure as Secretary of State. Not that she's some savior, not that she's some brilliant Secretary of State, smartest woman in the world. People need to know that she was a disaster. From Russia to the Middle East to Libya to wherever she went, she was a disaster as Secretary of State. And Benghazi happens to be the poster for it. The American media is not going to do that. The drive-by media is not going to expose Mrs. Clinton. As you well know, they're going to circle the wagons and protect her, and they're going to try to destroy those who criticize her. The American media is not even going to cover Libya as a post-Hillary disaster. If anything, they're going to follow Hillary's lead and claim that Hillary was a great architect of a wonderful foreign policy achievement in Libya. But just like Iraq is a post-Obama disaster, so is Libya. All of the Middle East is a post-Obama disaster, meaning after Obama gained control of the foreign policy of our country, began implementing his agenda, it has been a disaster. ISIS created, Al-Qaeda reconstituted and growing. There's no other word for it. It's an ongoing disaster that is the direct result of a bunch of arrogant, condescending, incompetent leftists running American foreign policy. The media not going to say any of that, obviously. Now, what you generally need in the media to persuade people or to call people's attention to something is pictures. Pictures are needed in order to attract and hold and focus people's attention. If the media flooded the zone with before and after pictures of Libya, with the idea that Hillary was the architect of what happened there. Pictures of Libya before Hillary, pictures of Libya after Hillary. Pictures of Libya during Gaddafi and post-Gaddafi, because she's proudest of getting rid of him, even though he had become an ally in his latter days. The pictures exist. It's just a question of getting them out there. We know the media isn't going to do it. If she were a Republican, then you would have seen pictures of Libya post-Hillary and pre-Hillary, and you would have concluded already she's incompetent. But she's not a Republican. She's a Democrat. So they circle the wagons. Now, if they show the emails, and a member of this committee did today, it was a great display. Sat down. So I want to show you something. Mrs. Clinton stacked a bunch of Hillary's emails on the desk. If they showed the emails, this is the key, and these emails exist. If they showed the emails from Hillary's team praising her for ownership of Libya, with then a picture of Benghazi, It would negate whatever these phony emails praising her are. Now, that's not going to happen in a drive-by. So my suggestion, this is back in May of this year, May 26th, my suggestion is the second best way to focus the people of the U.S. on Hillary's Libya disaster, and it's going to require the Republicans to play. I mean, we conservative media can't do this, so the Republicans are going to have to do this. They're going to, and this is the perfect occasion to do it here, these hearings. They should make no bones about it. They should note that Hillary's most significant accomplishment as Secretary of State is Libya. She wants that. Let her have it. The word Libya must be tied to Hillary Clinton. And I have to tell you, early on in these hearings, a couple of Republicans did just that. That's why I perked up and took notice. Because I think it does have at least some potential of exposing her incompetence.